Don't Starve Together is possibly one of the hardest indie games on all of Steam. It's lesser known to the public, but it's very fun even for a casual person. In the game, you have to keep up your sanity, hunger, and health, all while surviving frequent hound attacks, seasonal bosses, evil PETA employees that kill you and take your stuff when you murder enough animals, plant disease that will ruin your base, alongside the fact that everything wants to kill you in the most brutal fashion possible. It's a cheap game that's fun to play with your friends, where you can laugh at them for dying to a cat while you die from a bird on stilts. Now, since me and the editor are possibly the worst players under the sun, take this summary and review with a grain of salt. I am very fond of this game, and I'd give it a 9 out of 10 for diversity and challenge. The lore of this game isn't on the levels like Overwatch or Destiny, but the lore has a small effect on the first game, Don't Starve.
Oh, but Mr. Purple Cow, if the lore isn't imper.
Shut up, I said the lore wasn't important. To get the lore of Don't Starve Together, you have to get the lore of the first game. So in the first game, a scary man who can make shadows appear teleports you to a different world through this machine that he tells you to make through a weird German World War I radio. He tells you that you have to survive to escape this world. Once you've progressed enough, you can find a spooky cave that has the spooky man, Maxwell, inside. To rescue him, you turn a lock and take his place in the Shadow Throne to rule over the Don't Starve Island. Now in the second game, the one we are talking about today, Maxwell's assistant takes your place on the Shadow Throne to rule over the island. In the second game, you can play as Maxwell and he becomes a somewhat decent character. Unlike the first game that has a story and that ends once you beat the story, this game doesn't have an end and barely even a story for that matter, making it 20,000 times harder. The first character, Wilson, was the first person to be sucked into the floored posture and forced to survive on the island. This character, or corrector, is most notable for having no downsides and one upside. He grows a pretty cool beard that you can shave for beard hair. Willow is one of the worst characters in the game, and a bad player can single-handedly ruin your base, as well as saying, "I just wanted to get my sanity back." Her perk is that she gets a lighter when she spawns, so she can cause forest fires, and spawns with a teddy bear to distract shadow men. Lighting things on fire helps her regain sanity. If I were to go into this much detail about all the other characters, this video would be 3 hours long. So here's a much quicker summary of the rest. I'm gonna time this just to see how good I am. There are 10 more characters in Don't Starve Together. Let's go. Wolfgang is a strong fighter character who eats all your food. Wendy is a pointless blonde who can summon her dead twin. WX78, the token robot character who eats all super rare gears and absorbs your lighting. Wickerbottom is the old librarian who makes her own books with things humans can't know. Woody, the wood chopper, unsurprisingly, with a cool unbreakable axe. Wes, the challenge character, mime, who's good at dying. Maxwell, the spooky shadow man who makes his own minions and has nearly unlimited sanity. Wigfrid, the meat eater with helmets. Weber, the one who can befriend spiders but is killed regularly by pigs. And Winona, the one with duct tape who looks like someone on an inspirational poster. I think that means I got an A+ for my time. But here's a quick rating, and if you can't read it, I'll just say it. The tier list goes: S tier, Wickerbottom, WX78, Wolfgang. C tier, Maxwell, Weber, Wigfrid. F tier, Woody, Winona, Wendy. Literally the worst tier, Willow and Wes. The best character combos are divided by tiers, the best character combo being Wickerbottom, WX78, and Wolfgang. Wickerbottom pairs well with all of these just because of how overpowered she is. The next best combo is Weber and Weber. Weber can make spider dens and force spider civil wars where they befriend spiders, then attack a spider to make them kill a spider. The next best combo is Woody and Wendy. Woody is weak to huge hordes of mobs, where Wendy has low attack stats, but her sister can defend from hordes of mobs. That's all for this section.
Woof.
Alright, so I've said enough so far. I'm tired of talking. So Dogs Can Fly is going to tell you about how to live.
So in the top corner of your screen, you should see a spooky day circle and circles with brains, hearts, and some baby back ribs. Your brain looks like the editor's brain after pestering the purple cow man. You want to pick flowers or prototype things with a science machine. If your heart looks like you're having open heart surgery, eat some flowers or honey or crock-pot food to heal you. If your baby back ribs are starting to actually look like a baby's ribs, you want to eat some food like stuff from the crock-pot. So you want some flint, and you can chop trees. I don't know, whatever you want to do with flint. If you're a hair bottom, make a shovel and dig berries so you can have an easy base. You also want to explore the map's edges so you know where to base. On day 8, in that thick circle, you want to set up a base in the middle. You want to make ice boxes and an alchemy engine and drying racks and just everything with a cool name that you think will work or look nice. Get ready for your first hound attack and start making a fire and getting near some pigs. Houses you should eat with hammers. My friend Alexi the bird should go in the cool bird cage you made for free eggs. Also, don't eat monster meat, it makes your sanity go down. This is your first time playing Big Robot character, he's broken.
Thank you, Dogs Can Fly 575. Now get back in the basement. So along with the stupid ways to survive, you also have stupid mobs. Some mobs are birds on stilts or tall birds. You also get attacked on day 1 to 9 by hounds, and every time they attack it becomes more frequent and there are more hounds. Winter and summer spawn fire and ice hounds respectively. There are some seasonal bosses that spawn at the end of every season, but summer. At the end of winter, deer clops will spawn, which is a large monster with one eye who hits you with ice. He drops his eye, he drops his eye and meat, and the eye can make the umbrella which you need for spring. Barrager spawns after autumn is done, and he will ruin your base if you don't run away immediately. Don't wake him early or he'll sleep chain you until you want to throw your computer off a bridge, and make sure it has a safe ride by following it down. He spawns sleeping in your base sometimes, so when you hear him growling, run away. Spring spawns the moose goose. She isn't hard, but she has moslings who kill whoever kills their mom, like good obedient children. They're also shadow creatures when your sanity reaches a certain point. At what I've found to be 75 to 50% sanity, a hand will come to put out your fire, as long as spooky trenchcoat man who doesn't do anything. Terror beaks and crawling terrors are on the ground but don't attack. When sanity is low, they do attack though, so keep sanity high by picking flowers, except when you need nightmare fuel later. If you follow the brick path, you'll find the Pig King or a pig village depending on which way you go. You can trade novelty items for graves for gold with the Pig King. Every character except Weber can befriend pigs and make them fight or get wood for them. Weber can befriend spiders which spawn in nests that look like silk. Spiders and pigs will attack players or remain neutral respectively. Another great resource in a base is beefalo, who drop poop to fertilize plants for a base. But you could also get normal koalefants or cold koalefants depending on what season it is. There are so many mobs that this video would approximately be 1,000 hours if I went over all of them, but those are the basics. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed my videos or like my style, subscribe and like, because this video took a real long time to make. If you really enjoy the content, then maybe you could go an extra step and go donate to our Patreon, link in the description. We'll keep on improving our channel, and you know, if the response is good for this video, maybe we'll make a guide to other games or make a full-fledged like guide of this game. Make sure you don't starve, and goodbye. Also, this took my editor and writer 4 hours to write, so he's been working on this for like 22 years. So, yeah. Have a nice day or night wherever you are. Bye.
Gucci gang. Ooh. Yeah. Lil Pump. Yeah. Gucci gang. Big shot. Oh. Yeah.